Hey everyone, what if I told you that the phone you're holding right now might be secretly making your eyes hurt? Or worse, maybe it's not even making your eyes hurt, but it's definitely not helping your wallet. Let me take you down a rabbit hole about display technology that's been quietly shaping our smartphone experiences for years. We're talking about the invisible war between IPS and AMOLED screens, and why one phone, specifically the Motorola Moto G47, chose to go against the grain. This isn't just about pixels and brightness, it's about choices manufacturers make that directly impact how we interact with our devices, and who those choices really benefit. Let's dive in. Here's the thing, most of us don't even think about our phone screens until they start glitching or getting too hot. But the truth is, the type of display in your phone is one of the most significant decisions a manufacturer makes. Take the Moto G47, for example. While the rest of the industry is sprinting toward AMOLED's vibrant colors and deep blacks, Motorola took a step back and opted for IPS. Why? Because honestly, it's cheaper. But here's where it gets interesting. This isn't just a cost-cutting move. It's a deliberate choice to cater to a niche audience. People who don't need ultra-high brightness for outdoor use, who prioritize eye comfort over pixel density, and who are willing to sacrifice a bit of visual flair for a more budget-friendly price tag. That's not just smart business, it's a reminder that not all phones are made for the same people. Now, let's talk about that eye comfort angle. The Moto G47's IPS display runs without PWM flicker, which is a big deal if you've ever felt your eyes burning after a long scroll session. Most AMOLED screens use PWM to control brightness, and while it's technically invisible to the naked eye, studies suggest it can cause headaches and fatigue in sensitive users. So here's a paradox. AMOLED screens are hailed as the gold standard for color accuracy and contrast, but they might be quietly sabotaging your productivity. Meanwhile, IPS screens like the one in the G47 are like the underdog, less flashy, but way more forgiving on the eyes. It's wild to think that a $200 phone could actually be better for your health than a flagship model costing 3 times as much. But don't get me wrong, IPS isn't perfect. The Moto G47 screen, for instance, has a resolution that feels like it's from 2015. At 1604 by 720 pixels on a 6.67-inch display, it's not exactly a feast for the eyes. And if you're someone who spends hours outdoors, the lower peak brightness, under 1000 nits, means you'll probably squint at your screen more than you'd like. This raises a deeper question. Who is this phone actually for? It's not for gamers, not for photographers, and definitely not for anyone who needs their phone to be a portable billboard. But here's the kicker, maybe that's the point. In a world where every phone tries to be everything to everyone, the Moto G47 is a rare beast that's saying, I'm not trying to impress you. I'm trying to serve a specific need. What this really suggests is that the smartphone industry is starting to fracture into specialized niches. AMOLED is still the darling of the high-end market, but IPS is carving out a space for budget-conscious users who value practicality over spectacle. And honestly, I think that's a good thing. It's a reminder that not every phone needs to be a flagship. Some phones are meant to be tools, not trophies. The Moto G47 isn't going to win any design awards, but if you're someone who prioritizes eye health, affordability, and simplicity, it's a solid choice. The next time you're scrolling through phone reviews, ask yourself, am I buying a phone for what it can do, or for how it makes me feel? Because the answer might just change the way you look at displays forever.